who's been living under a rock. This girl who goes by the name Zola on Twitter decided to write about the time she was conned into going to Florida by, her words, not mine, some white bitch named Jess, who ended up turning, they're dancers, they dance at clubs, and when they didn't make enough money, Jess decides to start tricking, which for anyone who's not familiar with that term means prostituting. And things get very crazy from there. I'm not going to ruin it for you guys because it really is worth the read.
Literally, I woke up on Halloween and I was like, let me read this Zola story. Because a lot of people were talking about it. I didn't know what was going on. And I was just like, somebody send the story to me. You can find it on like Imgur or something like that. Like literally, people took pictures of her entire, it's like 150 tweets. It's all spoken about on Twitter, which I find amazing. Amazing. And literally she just it starts off with, so you guys want to hear about how me and this girl fell out? And it's just pictures of her and Jess. And literally, it's a wild ride from start to finish. I literally was gasping. Like, there was character development, there was plots, there was a twist. I was amazed.
It was crazy. It was...
She needs a Peabody Award or something. Like, it was just amazing.
Or a Pulitzer or something.
Yes.
Anyways, it caught a ton of attention from celebrities and the likewise, including... Keke Palmer.
Oh my god.
Because a lot of people, after reading the story, they're like, oh, this should be turned to a movie. And she did get a bunch of movie offers, apparently. She was approached by a ton of people to make it into a show or a movie. Keke Palmer shouted her out and be like, so who am I playing in this story? Which is amazing. And Jess has come out with her side, which of course, you didn't read? Okay, she came out with her side, and of course her side is basically like, yeah, we went down there, but I wasn't turning tricks, she was, and I was hurt, basically trying to get the heat off of her. And then the real story came out because thanks to the detective work of Reddit, shout out, they were able to, I don't even know exactly how they were able to do this. They were able to find out the name of the pimp in this story, the Z, as he's called, and the real story was unearthed. And Jared also came out and said, no, Jess was tricking.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Jared, wow. Probably one of my favorite characters.
It's Jared.
Explosive. Amazing. Literally, it's a great story. Like, it's amazing. Wow, if I ever get to meet her, I want to shake her hand because she's just a great.
She's married and is expecting a child.
Yeah. So good luck to you, Zola.
You're awesome, and your storytelling skills are awesome. And I think it's really cool that it got so much attention. It was on Twitter because, like nowadays, like print media is slowly dying off. And is this the future? Are we gonna have a ton of storytellers from Twitter?
That's interesting. I mean, well, I feel like that. Not to be this way, but I feel like Kanye kind of inspired this only because, like, Kanye used to do, when he was on Twitter, he used to just do, like, the barrage of tweets where he would be, like, talking about, like, Donda and how it's, like, it's not just this, it's a multimedia mogul empire. And, like, he would just have strings of tweets that people would retweet in succession. And, like, I find myself tweeting in succession. I used to do it more when Kanye would do it in his style. But, I mean, like, I think that that's a very interesting question because, I mean, definitely, I don't think print media is ever going to die.
I hope not. I hope not.
I would hope not. Maybe it would save, like, a lot of trees.
I feel like it's going to become one of those things, like, how vinyls are, like, the cool thing to do. Because, I don't know.
Still made.
And they're still made for
aesthetic purposes, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, it would break my heart if I couldn't pick up a book and read it one day. I don't like doing the online thing. I like picking up a book and opening the pages.
I like smelling books.
Yes.
Smelling books, like, a book's smell is, like, so, like, weirdly, like, soothing. You know what I mean? Especially if you get it from a library. Like,
love the smell of library books.
Like,
you know why? Because it smells like my childhood. Because my mom would take me to the library every weekend to get a new book. I would sit there and read. It was cool.
I would be that kid that would, like, go to the library because I live, like, right next to my library, and I would get, like, a stack of books over the summer, and I would just sit in my room and read because, like, I low-key didn't have any friends. But, like, it's cool. Like, I was educating myself. Like, power to the people. Like, whatever. But I mean, no, that's really interesting. That we should definitely, like, look into that because I feel like if Zola is one of those people who can tell a beautiful, developed story that is exciting and also like but also lived, something that was real. Do you know what I mean?
Like
that,
a real experience.
Yeah, like that also provides to like a genuineness of this story. Because if it was just a story, I would be like, this is cool and all, but like
this is not real.
Yeah, like there's actually Twitters that are like, I've actually used to follow a Twitter that was like devoted to like the zombie apocalypse, and like it was like this dude telling stories via Twitter about if zombie apocalypse, and it felt very real. Like it was interesting, but it wasn't real, and you knew that because the zombie apocalypse wasn't happening. So after a while I lost interest, but I feel like this is like a separate being because it was a real story and she was recalling an actual event. She has these people,
They're real people.
Yeah, and I find it so like it's so captivating to me. I like can't stop talking about it.
She actually, I heard she on Twitter. I was creeping her Twitter. She, I think, got offered a book deal, and she wants to publish a story, not just of like that one, but of all her stories. She's like, I've seen a lot of stuff as a dancer, and I can't wait personally.
That sounds like a good time.
I happen to love reading not only just true accounts of people, but true accounts of people who do out of the ordinary jobs.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of biographies on presidents out there. There's a lot of books about celebrities and whatnot.
Like they tell you things that you might want to know that you don't.
Yeah. So, Zola, if you are watching this, you are awesome. Come be on our show anytime.
We really highly respect you and would love to work with you.
Yes.
Maybe not as a dancer, but maybe as journalists.
I would go to the club with you and make it rain and then write about how cool it was.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Also, today we wanted to talk about Justin Bieber's new